After the lunch recess, the House was adjourned thrice with the hope and expectation that the opposition members who walked out on an issue that had been cordially resolved in my chamber in the presence of leader of the opposition, Shri Mallikarjun Kharge ji, and honorable member, Shri Ghanshyam Tiwari ji. Both the members in my presence, in my chamber, had the occasion with their experience of decades in parliamentary theaters, parted company as friends. I obviously entertained the idea that the issue had been amicably brought to a quietus and no longer required further reflection. Nothing happened the following day or thereafter. After a gap, suddenly today, just before the question hour was to be taken, the issue came to be raised by Shri Jairam Ramesh without being so allowed. I then indicated if there be an issue still, I would have the matter further taken up in my chamber. This led to a scenario to which the entire House has been a witness, and very senior members, including the former Prime Minister, Sri H.D. Deve Gowda, had the occasion to express feelings, anguish. I adjourned the House with this in mind, that this House functions optimally when all segments of the House are present. As every member of the House has taken an oath under the Constitution and is ordained to serve the people at large. The three adjournments, unfortunately, did not evoke expected response. I would continue to work towards securing participation of the members so that they get an opportunity, perform their constitutional duty, use their energy and expertise and exposure to serve people at large for welfare of Bharat, home to 1/6 of humanity. I appeal to the members who are not present here out of a decision taken and reflected in the House by their walkout to deeply introspect and deliberate within themselves, taking into consideration the glorious tradition the upper house, the House of Elders, has had all throughout, and the expectation the people have for the imprint members of this house have to live for the development trajectory of the nation. While the house was being adjourned, I had the occasion to see the reaction of the members outside on various TV channels. I wish to inform the people at large that out of respect for this institution, out of respect for the dignity of every member of this house, I have taken due care and caution to ensure that a behavior, a conduct that is not becoming of a member of parliament does not get traction beyond the temple of democracy. And therefore, the Sansad TV, which has with it all that happens in this house, was being subjected by me to this self-regulation. Finding that narratives are sought to be set afloat and something which cannot be sanctified, something which cannot be based on fact, is spoken by members who have some experience. I would be taking recourse to ensure people of the country come to know of the reality. While I hold every member in high regard and have no personal issue with anyone, I am deeply hurt at the intemperate language without any premise, going to media, getting traction, and I'm sure everyone in the country will focus on what will be made available. My chamber of chairman of the Council of States, the House of Elders, the upper house, has been labeled that something that happens there is closed door. A disinformation that what I discussed with Mr. Tiwari was only with him. If a truth takes wings, nation blossoms. If untruth, something which is far distant from truth, gets traction, it is bothersome. Our resolve to ensure that the sacred precincts of Rajya Sabha be not allowed to be a ground for destabilizing democracy. This has been expressed by all the members, is welcome. I have therefore no doubt that my appeal to the members who are not present today will persuade them to soul search engage in introspection, think about their duty to the nation, take into consideration their oath under the Constitution, and prepare for vigorous participation in a constructive manner in forthcoming sessions. During off-session, I would continue working, trying to reach out every member, ignoring the deep hurt I have suffered, as call of duty is above any personal injury or feelings. I would urge each one of you also to please reach out the members of this house you can, so that we all in this house on some issues of national importance, get bipartisan, rise above party interests, and send a message to the country and the world at large that this country, having the most vibrant, functional democracy, a country that is mother of democracy, a country that is oldest and largest democracy, will continue to be hope for the entire world. With these words of expectation, request, pleading, and urging, I will take up the essential agenda. Message from Lok Sabha, Secretary General.
Sir, with your kind permission, I rise to report that the Lok Sabha at its sitting held on the 9th August 2024 adopted the following motion: that the bill further to amend the Waqf Amendment Act 1995 be referred to a joint committee of the houses consisting of the following 21 members of this house, namely 1. Shri Jagdambika Pal, 2. Dr. Nishikant Dubey, 3. Shri Tejasvi Surya, 4. Shrimati Aparajita Sarangi, 5. Dr. Sanjay Jaiswal, 6. Shri Dilip Saikia, 7. Shri Abhijit Gangopadhyay, 8. Shrimati D.K. Aruna, 9. Shri Gaurav Gagoi, 10. Shri Imran Masood, 11. Dr. Mohammad Javed, 12. Shri Mohabibillah, 13. Shri Kalyan Banerjee, 14. Shri A. Raja, 15. Shri Labu Shri Krishna Devarayalu, 16. Shri Dileshwar Kamath, 17. Shri Arvind Sawant, 18. Shri Matre Balia Mama Suresh Gopinath, 19. Shri Naresh Ganpat Maske, 20. Shri Arun Bharti, 21. Shri Asaduddin Owaisi, and 10 members from the Rajya Sabha. That in order to constitute a sitting of the joint committee, the quorum shall be 1/3 of the total number of members of the joint committee, that the committee shall make a report to this house by the last day of the first week of the next session, that in other respects the rules of procedure of this house relating to parliamentary committee shall apply with such variations and modifications as the speaker may make, and that this house recommends to the Rajya Sabha that the Rajya Sabha do join the said joint committee and communicate to this house names of the members to be appointed by the Rajya Sabha to the joint committee.
Shri Kiren Rijiji to move a motion for nomination of members to the Joint Committee on Waqf Amendment Bill 2024.
Sir, I rise to move the following motion: that this House concurs with the recommendations of the Lok Sabha, that this House do join in the Joint Committee of the Houses on the Waqf Amendment Bill 2024, and resolves that the following members of Rajya Sabha be nominated to serve on the said Joint Committee. Number 1, Sri Brijlal. Number 2, Dr. Meda Vishram Kulkarni. Number 3, Sri Gulam Ali. Number 4, Dr. Radha Mohandas Agarwal. Number 5, Dr. Syed Nasir Hussain. Number 6, Muhammad Nadimul Haq. Number 7, Sri V. Vijay Sai Reddy. Number 8, Sri M. Muhammad Abdullah. Number 9, Sri Sanjay Singh. Number 10, Dr. Dharmesthala Virendra Hegde. Thank you.
Motion moved. Those in favor will please say aye. Those against will please say no. I think the ayes have it, the ayes have it, the ayes have it. The motion is adopted. Honorable members, the House had the rare distinction in its 265th session of Rajya Sabha to have 7th budget in a row from the first full-fledged woman finance minister of the country, Srimati Neela Sitaraman, for a government that is continually in its third term after 6 decades. There was insightful discussion on the union budget 2024-25 that lasted for 21 hours and 48 minutes. There was effective participatory discussion as regards 3 important ministries: the Ministry of Agriculture and Farmers Welfare, Ministry of Housing and Urban Affairs, and Ministry of New and Renewable Energy. Minister of External Affairs, Shri S. Jaishankarji, made a statement in the House on the situation in our neighboring country, Bangladesh. Overall, the House functioned for 90 hours and 35 minutes. It is, I am reiterating, it is with deep concern I urge members of the House to engage in introspection so that we use this platform for furthering public cause and are able to contribute optimally for national welfare. I am sure the members of the House, with their huge experience, exposure, talent, and intellect, will expend their energies in the upcoming sessions for larger public good, exemplifying discipline worth emulation by people at large. To earn admiration of the people for our contributions in the House should be our sole objective, rising above non-partisan interests. My efforts to reach out to each one of you so that every member is enabled to fully contribute in the sacred temple of democracy would continue. My efforts have borne fruits, but not on expected lines so far. I would continue to strive in this direction, notwithstanding the setback or hurtful comments, to seek cooperation of members and secure their participation in the House constructively and meaningfully in the service of the nation to which all are committed and committed by oath under the Constitution. I extend my appreciation to the Honorable Deputy Chairman, Sri Harivanshji, who has always been around with real counsel, advice, suggestions, and impactful contributions. He has majorly devoted his time, even while not sitting on the chair, to ensure qualitative greater productivity, both in the panel of vice chairpersons and the secretariat. A sense of gratitude for panel of vice chairpersons that continues to have gender equity, for assisting the chair in conducting the proceedings of the House, thereby enabling many new members to get a novel experience. I also thank the Leader of the House, the Leader of the Opposition, Minister of Parliamentary Affairs, the leaders of various parties and groups, and the honorable members for the cooperation extended by them. I wish to dispel the perception the House proceedings being contrary, our interaction in my chamber was one of cooperation, involvement, and effective exchange, where I had the occasion to take into consideration the varied requests they made on various issues, enabling members for wider participation to their great satisfaction. I acknowledge the untiring efforts of the Secretary General, who, while the session is there, works virtually 24/7, giving me no occasion to remind him even once what I have told him to perform. His team of dedicated officers and staff has ensured that the session runs smoothly, and a word of appreciation from the chair for all of them. I thank the media for covering the proceedings of the House and keeping the people informed. I would like to extend my good wishes to all the members of the House, present and not present, for the upcoming festivals. I look forward with hope, expectation, and confidence that the next session would be rewarding for every member of the House and for the benefit of the entire nation. The national song. The House stands adjourned, sine die.